How about this quote from Victor Wembanyama? Now, Bontemps identified this while Wembanyama was still playing in France, finding these quotes that are low-key arrogant or confident.
Not low key.
Well,
just said in a polite way, but not
okay.
low key arrogant.
All right,
extraordinarily arrogant.
Right now, my mind is on taking care of my body because I also want to win MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. So I'm trying to press the gas from now until the end of the season. Really take care of my treatment, take care of my sleep, take care of my routine, and show up for my team.
Look, Victor Wembanyama from the beginning has, since he was 12 years old, has wanted to be the best player of all time and has said that repeatedly and to this point has largely followed through on the things that he's said. And as we've talked about, as you said many times, my favorite thing about him, despite beyond watching him play, which is always awesome, is this guy says outlandishly arrogant things, but says it in a very polite kind of, friendly demeanor. No. It just doesn't come off that way.
They're not outlandishly arrogant though, because they're factual.
Well,
right?
Yes, and they're also factual, but yes, he just says
it ain't bragging if it's true.
Well, yes. I mean, but again, he says things that people don't typically say. And to your point, McMahon, it's because he can do things that not only can't people typically do, people can't dream of doing for the most part. And it's one of the many things that makes him so awesome. And it's one of the many things that potentially has us set up for a pretty incredible era of basketball ahead, because this guy desperately wants to be the best and is not afraid to say it and is going out there and doing it. And it's awesome.
And, this is a week where we still got almost a month left of the regular season, but Shai's going to be tough to catch for MVP. And this week where he breaks Wilt's record, where he hits the game, the dagger against the Warriors, the game winner against the Nuggets out of 35 points, 15 assists, no turnover, crazy efficient performance, crazy efficient breaking the record against the Celtics, hit some big shots there. It's going to be tough to catch him. I do think the only threat is the Spurs storming to the finish line and taking the top seed and Wemby doing what he's been doing. Let me just read to you his numbers from this home game or homestand. It's a 6-game homestand. He's
only played in 5. Yeah, sorry.
Right.
Sorry
he's
to
had the one game against the Nuggets because there is, as he pointed out in his press conference after the game against the Hornets, there is one body part of his that has swelling right now.
That's not what he said. He said, he says one body part that's inflamed.
It's his ankle. Just to be clear.
Well, he had to clarify that. There was a good follow-up question from you.
It's his ankle. Anyways, the guy's averaging during this homestand 33 points per game, shooting 55 from the floor, 47 from three-point range, hitting 4.6 threes per game, and then doing his normal, 11.4 rebounds, 3.8 blocks, 1.2 steals, 3.2 assists. The guy's against the Hornets, he's throwing multiple lobs to Luke Cornett. I mean, he's all over the place. But dude, Wemby, I know Bontemps, you get mad every time you see him shoot those threes.
That's not true. It's not true.
USWB?
Don't say things about me that aren't true.
It's true, buddy.
Uh-oh.
You cannot put Victor Wembanyama in a box. You can't put him in a box. He's been telling us all along. And he is, I'm telling you, I think what we're watching is this guy just starting to grow into his offensive powers. He's already the most dominant defensive player maybe I've ever seen. And I'm not saying he's going to average 33 moving forward, but I'm saying that we are watching the revolution right now.
Well, listen, if Victor's going to shoot 47% from three and make 4.5 threes a game, then they're going to be able to do whatever they want. Honestly, if he's shooting at that level, then it's not some give back to the defense then, right? If he becomes a consistent 40% 3-point shooter, then it's just over.
Yeah.
Then just give up at that point. I think, and if he is going to shoot 47% over a 5-game stretch, his numbers are going to be cartoonish like that, even more than normal, because that does make him utterly unstoppable. I do think, as we've talked about a lot, the Kevin Durant quote of giving up a jumper is a win. It's because if he does the go-go gadget dunk arm thing, that's 100% shot. And if he gets in a stretch where he is, if he's shooting 27% instead of 47%, and he's making 2 threes a game, then like you at least have a chance. That's all. But like if he's going to shoot like this, good luck.
Did you see the dunk he had over Grant Williams? And Grant Williams, for some strange reason, jumped with him. And Wemby looks over his shoulders. He's jogged down the court and chuckled at him.
It's like watching a guy in a video game a lot of the time. It's just like you create this player in the video game and he just can do whatever he wants. I mean, that's what it looks like.
I truly believe that he and the Spurs have figured out something in terms of like getting him good looks at threes and getting him volumes, because they're like the threes he's throwing up now. He's chucking up 10 per game on this homestand. I think they're 10-2 now when he takes 9 threes. They're still undefeated when he hits at least 4 anyways, but they're like a bunch of trailer threes. They're a bunch of pick and pops, and he mixes in just enough rolls to where, you got to be careful with that. Or
I will say
that.
He's averaging 7 free throws on these 5 games too. So he's not just only hoisting. He is.
But that's the other thing, especially when he's got a big on him. And we saw this with Jalen Duren. We saw it with Musa Diabate. And the three is that much of a threat. And then he's pump faking and attacking closeouts because they're so scared of him getting a decent look at a three. Those guys are in hell, and they're getting in early foul trouble. Like, how many guys do you think Jalen Duren's had to guard in his life that could pump fake and go off the 3-point line? So, I mean, Diabate, like, these guys are bigs. And then we'll see come playoff time. There's definitely going to be teams that just try to put a wing on him and get under him and all that. We'll see how the Spurs deal with that. But, people in San Antonio will tell you this guy's the best player in the league, and they don't want to hear any argument. I'll argue SGA right now, but Wemby is, if he's going to be doing what he's doing offensively, there's not going to be an argument too much longer.
Well, and over these last handful of games, the last 5 games, he's 19 for 39 from 3, and so 39 total shots, and 29 of them have been catch and shoot shots, which again, that is what we have been talking about. The more times he is a play finisher, not trying to be a play creator, that is the ultimate end game, I think, at least right now. Maybe in the future he'll become somebody else.
Do you include attacking closeouts as play finishing?
Yeah, that's fine. Yes, like to some extent, yeah. Like obviously, it's not like he's not allowed to dribble, but it's when he's like trying to become a point guard is, I think, when the defense is really winning. But if it's like, hey, like I've said before, to me at least today, he is Rudy on defense, but like obviously multiplied, like best defensive player in the sport. And like to me, the goal right now should be Dirk on offense, who's one of the best offensive players of all time. And as he's in his 3rd year in the league, he's going to get better handling the ball. He's going to do more than Dirk could at any point handling the ball.
I do thoroughly enjoy when he basically catches a block shot. So it's a block and rebound all in one swoop in motion, and then decides he's going to get out and start the break himself.
Well, yes, that is unbelievable. And that's different too. I'm talking about in the half court when he could get loaded up on and he can have little guys come in and steal the ball from him. Like him in transition, like Giannis, is insane. It's like 2 steps and he's at the other 3-point line. But yeah, like, look, if he's making catch and shoot threes at that kind of rate, and 3/4 of his shots, at least according to Synergy, are catch and shoot threes, like that's a good shot diet. And it's why the Spurs have a chance to buck the trend of all NBA history this year. Because like history would tell you, they're not going to win, and they're probably going to lose earlier than later. But this guy is already an anomaly from all of NBA history, and he may be able to have them break past it.
The Dirk offensive comp is interesting. I think Wemby might be a little bit more of a lob threat than Dirk was.
Well, slightly, but I'm just talking about as a shooter. But yes, I mean, look, he's, again, the comparison there is 2 Hall of Famers, one of the best defensive players ever and one of the best offensive players ever. And that's what we're talking about, the guy's 3rd season. It's completely insane all the way around.
All right. Monday night, March 16th has been